Okay, bless. So the device with which I'm using to record these classes decided to cut out on me just as I was about to wrap things up. It happens. Bless being in the monad. It is what it is. I just need to deal with that and make this part 2 basically to wrap things up for you guys. But that's okay. It is what it is. So, if you've seen part 1, welcome to part 2, timelines, time spaces, wrapping things up, because we've gone through it all already. So, now that you know about timelines and time spaces, what I want you to do for homework tonight is to discern what timelines and time spaces you are aware of that you are currently going through, that you have gone through already, and to what degrees you went through them. To what clairsenses you went through them. Is it something that you saw and that's how you knew you were going through that time space? Is it something you came into through claircognizance where you just knew? You're like, oh gosh, I'm going through the torture time space. A timeline, sorry. Bless, because in the monad, there are illusions that are pushed through with tests, so forgive me for saying that. Timeline is what I'm referring to. Torture timeline, so because of claircognizance. Oh, I'm hearing gunshots and screams. Torture timeline, war timeline, really could be either. Feel into it, okay? I want you to write this stuff down for homework so that you are aware of which ones you've gone through and what you have come into. I also want you to draw out a timeline like we had with person A, with all the coloured dots, showing what you've experienced in your own style of drawing it. So have you come into the clairaudience of that timeline? Have you come into the clairvoyance of that timeline? But, you have clairsentience, but you haven't come into the clairsentience quite yet. Remembering that if you're drawing it the way I am in a 2D format, on the left is what you've experienced, on the right is what you have not. On the left with what you have experienced, you put a dash through it, knowing you've already experienced that one. And also, make sure that you include in your notes that once you have experienced everything in that timeline collapses out. The reason you need to be mindful of that is because when we do discuss soul fragments, we will be discussing what happens from there and picking up from that, saying, so remember how I said to you, the timeline collapses out when you've done this, this, this? Here's the next thing, when I go into that. Speaking of what I am going to go into, the next lesson we are going to do, I'm so excited that I have to tell you guys now, finally we're discussing this stuff. We are going to be going into the introductions of the process of transcendence. We're going to be talking about the soul matrix, we're going to be talking about the monad, and we're going to be talking about the avatar level as well. So lots and lots and lots of things to come up as we do progress along, as we do continue along. I want to thank all of you for taking this time to watch this first high school class for Mystic Diamond School for those on the path of ascension and going through their process of transcendence. If there's anything you would like to discuss further with me, please do not hesitate to email me. My description is in the link below. And once again, peace, blessings, and so much love to all of you. There's the bell. Make love and not war, and give someone you love a hug today. Mwah.